I want to start by saying both of these young men committed to us some time ago. Jeff Pollard's been almost a year, Milan last basketball season. And the fact that they stood with their commitments, even though they both had excellent years last year and continued to get recruited, I think, number one, it says a lot about Washington State and our basketball program, but more importantly, it says a lot about the character of these two young men to commit to us, to allow us to not have to recruit those two scholarships, and them having the ability to stay with their commitments and honoring their commitments was huge. We're getting two outstanding players. Jeff Pollard is a very, very smart young man on the floor, plays a physical brand of basketball, can really score in the low block, has a perimeter game to go along with it. I love the fact that already we saw him as a high school senior, very vocal, very verbal on the floor, that his leadership capabilities are outstanding. He's going to do very well here, fit in nicely with what we're trying to do. Milan Aqua, one of the best point guards, in my opinion, in the West. Very heady, a very strong basketball player. Both of these guys already have great bodies on them in terms of their physical strength. Milan, I saw play quite a bit, and every time I saw him play, he seemed to get better. I think he opened up a lot of eyes as the summer went on when people saw him back in Chicago, down in Los Angeles, where I just thought he was outstanding. Really has an ability to run a team, understands it completely, and can really score at the same time. We're getting two outstanding players in terms of their character, their academic integrity, and their leadership capability. They're going to fit in nicely with our Cougar family here.
Looks like Milan has quite a handle to him. Is he going to be a big ball handler for you guys?
You know, with Milan, he's what I would call almost like a throwback point guard because he really understands the game of basketball. He handles the ball extremely well, which gives him an opportunity to not only push the ball up and down the floor quickly, he's strong enough where he really snaps the ball on his passes. What I really like about him, he can score going to his right or his left, and he finishes really well at the hoop. I would compare him to like a Tim Hardaway type of player. Real strong body, excellent crossover, can finish in the lane. He takes a pounding, but yet still gets his shot off with his right hand and his left hand. That's the thing I was most impressed with, how well he could score at the rim with his strength and size and his ball handling skills.
How early in his recruitment did you form a relationship with him, and how much do you think that led to him committing and sticking with the commitment?
I think, again, when we start to recruit a young man, and in Milan's case, just like Jeff's case, both of them were really early on, heading towards down to the end of their junior years. And when you have the opportunity to get them here to campus, and I think it solidifies because you go into a home or you go into a school and you start to sell a young man on your program, your school, what it's like here being on campus. But until they get here, and you're talking about someone coming from Los Angeles up to Pullman again, until they can get here and understand the beauty of this campus, how peaceful this community is, the support we have in place here. Them, like so many other recruits, to get here and they're surprised at everything we have up here. So I think the final thing for Milan was just getting up here and seeing the environment. His parents were sold instantly, just like Pollard's parents. As soon as they got on this campus, they knew it was the best fit and best place for their sons to be.
With Jeff, you said he's kind of a guy that can stretch out. Is that going to be an emphasis moving forward to get the big guys who can shoot, guys kind of like Josh?
Not necessarily. He's not so much like Josh, where it is just getting big guys that have skill sets that they can play both positions. Where if need be, they can play with their back to the basket and score. If they need to step out and shoot the ball, they can do that as well too. He may not have Josh's range or Josh's variety of skill set to really get a lot of different shots off. But what he is he's a physical, smart basketball player. Very sound, very solid in his fundamentals. Been very well coached.
Could you speak to the benefit of stashing him for that year, and is that a route you might go again?
Well, I think the benefit will be, again, if you had a young man that you could redshirt in your program is similar to that. Not only that, but he has a redshirt year still left now. So the fact that he could take one more year to get bigger and stronger and was willing to do that because he was recruited. and yet he was willing to come here and wait a year until the scholarship opened up because of our numbers. He wanted to be part of our program so badly. I think that, again, says a lot about his character. Will we do it again? It just depends if the situation warrants itself.
Do you anticipate him redshirting?
No,